Derek, how tough a day is it, obviously not winning the game, but then Roberto, and what is his situation right now?
Yeah, right now we're still getting him evaluated. Evidently he came out of the game with, the hamstring and just in evaluation mode. I mean, he went down pretty good, but yeah, it was tough.
What's the situation? Can you get a catcher here for game 2?
We'll try to, we'll work on that and figure out, what we're going to do. We got some options because they are in Indy, which is close, so we're working through that right now.
Shelty, the situation with Knapp and arguing the check swing, was that immediately evident, or how did that go down through your eyes?
Well, I mean, he ejected him immediately, and then, I went out and just asked who he ejected, and he said it was Andrew, and then from there, that's where it went.
With Van Meter, catching it for his first time since he was a teenager, not just catching, but 50 pitches, taking one off the mask. Just what can you say about his effort today?
I give him a ton of credit. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and Will Crow's not an easy guy to catch because his stuff's really good. And I think, excuse me, that was the unfortunate thing. The unfortunate thing was Will Crow, because now all of a sudden you have to change your game plan. And I think you saw when he came in the 6th and what he did in the 7th, how good he was. And then after that, I think it was just unfortunate for him that and it's human nature. I mean, you got a guy back there that hasn't caught since he's a teenager, and I think Will tried to be perfect, and when you try to be perfect, then it gets you behind. And as good as he's been all year for us, I think that was probably the thing that was the most unfortunate thing.
With Josh, is it a situation that after Knapp gets ejected, you have to tell the next man up, or is it after you see Roberto at second base that it becomes real?
Well, he knows he's once we have the ejection, he knows he's the emergency catcher. So that's the case. And then when Roberto goes down, obviously he knew he was going to go in and catch.
Have you had the opportunity to just before today, just to catch some?
Yeah, we had done. I mean, Mike had done something, some stuff with him. I think we actually talked about it at home. Rabs had a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't. Excuse me, it wasn't at length, and I think he did an admirable job. I mean, the getting back there in that situation in a tight game and having to do what he did, I give him a ton of credit.
So do you think that affected you guys at all when you loaded the bases and then struck out 3 times? It seemed like just a crazy sort of combination of events there.
Yeah, I mean, we need to have better bats in that situation. We had a chance to break the game open, and we didn't do that. And when we have bases loaded, nobody out, we have to have better bats, and we didn't do that today.
What do you think of Brew? Slider.
I thought Brew was good. I mean, last inning he had a couple walks, which cost him pitches. But other than that, I thought the slider was good. I thought he executed. He gave us a chance. I mean, the first inning we have a slow roller, and then he hits Moose. With he grazes Moose, and and has one bad pitch. But other than that, I thought he threw the ball really well.